This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Burke, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing news. I am Phil. Joining me as always is...
I am Kristen.
And if you're watching live, it's a Wednesday, so you know what that means. Got a new issue today.
New issue.
So close to 75. Today was 73.
So close, so close.
And we'll also cover classic issues Outsiders 1, 2, and 3 from August, September, and October 2003.
Wow, that was when I started college. So I was not reading these in real time. I read them. I read them years later.
All right, so, well, before we get to the new issue, is there something you wanted to talk about on DC Universe?
Oh, you should check out. There's this article that just came up. We should get this guy to talk on the podcast. Josh?
I did skim it. Yes, Joshua Lappin Bertoni. Yeah, we should get him on here because I've heard him on podcasts before. So, I mean, I was listening to an old Spider-Man podcast, actually two old Spider-Man podcasts. Yeah, so I mean, yes, I'm familiar with his work. So,
yeah, I mean, well, what does he must have a real job. Surely his job isn't just writing for this website.
I don't know.
Does he write comics too?
No, I don't know if he's in
I don't know. We'll hit him up because his avatar is Nightwing, so we'll have a lot in common.
Yes.
Anyway, he wrote this hilarious article called 5 Times We Wanted to Kill Jason Todd Before and After the Joker Crowbarred Him.
I did.
So it's a tongue-in-cheek article, everyone. He doesn't really want to. But the first one is when he copied Dick Grayson's origin and Cousin Oliver's haircut. And he mentions how when Jason was officially announced or first came about, he had the exact same origin as Dick. It says, by 1983, Batman had adopted 2 orphans. One of them was a circus acrobat whose parents were killed by a criminal, and the other one was Dick Grayson. That's right. Before Crisis on Infinite Earths obliterated the timeline, Jason Todd was first seen copying Dick Grayson's origin. Who does he think he is? This is the best line in the whole article. Dick Grayson is a national treasure. Do you think you could just waltz into continuity with the same backstory? And then he says, also, Jason had an obnoxious Cousin Oliver style bull haircut. And then he also mentions in New Teen Titans number 37, number 2, when Dick and Bruce were talking about ending their partnership. It says, it was a pivotal turning point in Batman history, one of significant importance. So naturally, Jason Todd did something annoying to interrupt it. So it's when Jason asks, Jason, still in his Colored Oliver phrase, interrupted Dick's impassioned coming-of-age speech to call dibs on Robin. My dude, Bruce and Dick are trying to have a moment here. Kindly sit yourself down. There's some other ones too, but those ones are the best. I mean, obviously that was only 2. Those are 5, but those first 2 were hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yes. I wanted to make sure you knew about that line. Dick Grayson is a national treasure because it's true.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I saw that when you said that to me. Yeah. And then as of this...
That's why I said it to you.
Yes. And then as of this recording, this weekend, this Saturday, DC Fandom is going on. What? I guess it's going on. It's not like I see it every commercial break on television.
You must be watching the CW a lot.
No, I was watching, what is that, TBS in there?
Okay. Well, maybe it's on a lot of Time Warner stations.
Maybe. Well, TBS it was on. I know was it yesterday or the day before it was on there too, but also I think what was on BBC America or something. I think they might have had it on there too. So I mean,
wow. Okay, I do think I saw. I think I saw something on CW, and then I also get a bunch of emails about it. But I mean,
I'm sure it's on
free.
CW, but yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. What are you going to do, Phil? Have you made your schedule?
No.
What?
I'm probably just going to tune in at different times of the day and see what's on at that time. But did you see now? Now I don't know if they're doing everything this Saturday because they've set up 2 dates. The one this Saturday, August 22nd, and then there's a date in September too.
Oh no, I didn't see that. No. So what I've seen is it starts at our time, so U.S. Eastern time. It starts at 1 p.m. Saturday and goes to 1 p.m. Sunday.
Yeah.
So
But free for 24 hours, people.
yeah. Oh, I didn't see that. Maybe they've got some other stuff. Well, and what my schedule is mostly all of the things in the children's area. I am looking forward to going to the store. Maybe they'll have some sweet special Nightwing thing. That will be my first stop. And yes, then mostly things in the kids zone. Have you looked at the kids zone? Here are the highlights. Things you and Luca can do together. Teen Titans Go cast table read, and the guy who plays Robin, Scott Menville, will be there. So that should be fun. Batman Carpool, where you can play with Batman's cars. Oh, Teen Titans Go Fitness. And then you know what? The nice thing about all of the kids' ones is they're on demand. So you can show up anytime. And so it's been recorded ahead, and you can just show up and watch it. So you can have a Teen Titans Go workout, a full booty superhero workout, apparently. So indeed. Then Teen Titans Tower Game Central that has, I don't know, random games. And they'll have a kids comic book reader. So there we go. There is a Titans panel. It is.
Are there comic panels on there? Because I swear when I looked at the list before, it seemed like a lot of like TV stuff on there.
I don't think the Titans. I think the Titans panel is maybe on demand as well. It doesn't have a specific time. The Young Justice one, I don't know. The Young Justice one, though, I don't think it has. It doesn't have Jesse McCartney, so it doesn't have the guy who plays Dick. No, wait, this is weird. Why are none of these times? Oh, maybe they've switched it. Is everything like on demand now?
Well, everything's pre-recorded. I know that.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, before the one about the Australians, because
Ray.
I mean, yeah, right. And also, I love kangaroos so much. Although I do not think it will feature any kangaroos, which is a little bit sad. What did Ray say?
What the F? No kangaroo.
Yeah, exactly. But
yeah, I don't know if they move stuff around too, because like I said, yeah, now they have 2 dates. There's one in September,
Yeah, so yeah, they must have. Maybe they just changed everything to.
I don't know if
it could be.
Yeah, I don't know if they're scrambling too, because that's what we were saying on Capes and Lunatics. It's weird because it's like they just did Warner just did a bunch of big layoffs, including DC, like last week. So it's like it's weird. It's like, oh hey, last week let's lay off a couple hundred people. Oh hey, now this weekend come to our big fancy online party.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah, because some of them it already says on demand, like most of the kid ones, it said on demand. But yeah, the Titans panel, it wasn't on demand. I think I had put it in to do it for like 8:30 or something. Because I mean, I'm not gonna do the one that's like at 3:45 in the morning. Nope. But now it doesn't have a time. But it says that a season 3 promises to be the biggest yet. So it sounds like they're planning on a season 3. Most of the big stars will be there. Guy who plays Dick, Corey,
season 3 of Titan?
Reagan, Raven, yeah.
Oh yeah, well they confirmed that, but I just wonder if it's going to be on HBO Max now because they've said like DC Universe, they're basically farming everything out now.
Yeah, was that part of the? That was part of the thing on people.
Yeah, what's it's like well, HBO Max was coming. I don't know why. So I don't know if DC Universe is going to survive. Maybe it's just like the comics section, and maybe like I don't know if the older stuff. Maybe
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, it survives as.
because Marvel has like their Marvel Unlimited, where it's just like the comic book. So I wonder if that's what DC Universe is going to become, is just the comics.
Yeah, I mean, which I guess would be okay. But yeah, that's that. So yes, I think that's what I'm doing. Mostly the kid stuff. And the thing about the Australians to see if anybody mentions kangaroos.
Whoa, that's pretty damn big.
You never know. Maybe someone will be like, a kangaroo inspired me to become a superhero. I mean, I'm not holding my breath, but
Like
stranger
I said,
things have happened.
I'll probably just tune in every so often during the day and see what's on. But
yeah.
All right. So let's talk some issues here.
Yes. Do you want to do new or old?
Let's start with the new. That's what we've been doing. Start with the new. So Dickie Boy is really under Joker's control here.
Yes.
I just I mean I know what they're trying to do, but I'm just like, oh now Dick thinks his origin is, Joker killed his abusive parents and took him under his wing and
well, I thought that was an interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a clever way for the Joker. I mean, yeah, I guess giving credit where credit is due, that was clever of the Joker to make it like, oh, your parents were bad people, so you were glad that I saved you. We of course know that that's not right, but I was like, oh, that's pretty.
I was just hoping.
Good idea.
I was just hoping Dick was going to break his control in this issue. I thought that was the plan, but I guess not. I mean, because basically, Dick was acting all sinister. So Barbara was like the big hero of this issue. It just when she was talking, it reminded me, not in a good way, but it just reminded me of an issue of Batgirl.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Although I thought this page was pretty funny. The page where he's like with the Joker and his Robin, his suit has the D on it.
Oh yeah,
Dickie Boy, I guess. And then that one, of course, the Batman up there. I mean, that I forget the number, but that is a takeoff on a pretty famous early Batman cover where it's Batman and Robin down in spotlight, and the Joker's looming over them with pistols. So that was pretty good.
But yeah, I mean, most of this is just like the Joker, it's basically setting up this fight club, but she's making Dick fight Barbara. But Barbara manages to get away when she hears they're going to blow up the Alfred Pennyworth Children's Hospital.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad she's okay, but it doesn't fit the way that they first had her with that really bad leg injury.
Mm-hmm.
Like all that blood, and now that she's totally okay. Like those two things don't fit. I mean,
and again, that too. And then, like in her own book, I mean, the one issue of Joker War so far, she was fighting the Joker, and they basically like really injured themselves at the end of her issue. So I'm like, where does all this fit in?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody cares about continuity anymore.
Right, but I mean. But it's okay.
But it's coming. Dick getting fully restored. Because look, I mean, Joker literally has his suit hanging there.
Right. Yeah. Well, and they've said. I mean, I'm interested. Stuff is interesting, but at the same time, it's very obvious that it's just sort of like filling time until he finally gets his brain back. But I am interested to see what will happen. I mean, maybe it will take a whole family effort to get the crystal from the Joker to help him, and that would be good, because it feels like this has been kind of a big deal. It does need to be a sort of everybody working together thing instead of just like, oh yeah, Barbara shows up and she's like, hey Dick, it's me, Barbara, and he's like, oh yeah, I used to love you. Boom, I'm back. Because that would be too easy.
I know they're killing time. Well, I kind of wanted a scene where it's just like, he was about to just like mess her up, and she was just like, remember what we meant to each other, and then you just get the montage of all the flashbacks, and he's like, yep, I'm back. Whew. Hits the Joker, mate.
That'd be too easy.
But yeah, I just wonder if he's going to get his memory back in an issue of Batman, because were we saying maybe 98 or 99, because he did get shot in the head in an issue of Batman. So
plus, I think that if you're going to the way comics are, and I don't know, I mean, I would kind of prefer this. Maybe it's just because I don't mind the romantic relationships, but I like the family relationships in the Batman stuff even more. I would want it to be like he meets with Batman and there's something that Batman can do, or like, Batman takes a cowl off and he sees Bruce, or something maybe like that snaps him out of it, as opposed to like because I feel like if it was Barbara that snapped out of it, that would be a sort of like romantic love conquers all kind of thing, and I want it to be something about family. Or
maybe we'll get that in issue of Batman. Maybe it's the whole group that snaps him out of it. If like Bruce and Barbara and maybe Tim are standing there, maybe they all snap him out of it.
Right. Yeah. Then that's the other thing, is I think it needs to be a multiple hero effort.
Yeah. But that's the other thing I wanted to mention. You saw on the last page of the issue, Jason and Tim show up, and I guess Dick's trying to trick them into thinking Barbara's the one being controlled. But did you see Tim's like in a variation of his Robin?
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah, because real quick, I also thought it was hilarious when Joker's like, I know them all: Bruce, Dick, Barbara, Timmy, Little Damien, and even Sad Sack Jason. I was like, I don't know if I think Sad Sack is the best description of Jason. Maybe Mad Sack. Jason is angry.
But no, I think I read somewhere. Because of all the layoffs at DC Comics, they're canceling a bunch of the books, and I guess Young Justice is one of the books being canceled. And
I saw that.
And I think I saw maybe someone agreed with us about the whole Drake thing. I believe I saw. I don't know if it's after Joker War, but I don't know what's happening with Damian, but I think they said Tim's coming back as Robin.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I thought I read that somewhere. So yeah, so I don't know if Damian's still going to be around, but not as Robin's. But then, Tim might be back as Robin.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult with. I don't know. It's difficult with Tim and Damian. I don't know. Tim's Red Robin, his original Red Robin series when Bruce was dead, was very good.
Yeah, I had no problem with him being Red Robin. I like the costumes he had before New 52, but yeah, I had no problem with him being Red Robin, unless I don't know, were they worried about like copyright stuff, or because there was a restaurant.
Yeah, but they've used Red Robin.
I know, but they used it for years. I know, but I'm like, yeah, I'd be here for Red Robin all day over Drake.
Right, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Because I think since the New 52, Tim has been one of those characters that they haven't known what to do with.
Well, yeah, because they're like, oh, now we got Damian and we got this.
And so they haven't. I don't know. They haven't figured out yet still what to do.
But
okay, so I was gonna ask you about that. I was gonna say, oh wait, so did Tim change his costume? He ditched the UPS, but this is the first time you've seen it too.
Again, the way the stories fit in, I don't know if this takes place before Young Justice or what, but yeah, like I said, I thought I read somewhere that Tim eventually is going to be Robin again. So, I wonder if that's going to be a fallout from like Joker Wars. It's gonna be like, yeah, I'm back.
I don't know. Was it in a solicit or was it like on a
I
speculation?
thought I saw an
page?
article somewhere. I'm trying to remember. I meant to save it and I did not. But yeah, I thought.
Well, I mean, he must be. It must be after he's become Drake because Jason says Drake.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But then, of course, he says Drake and Tim calls him Jason, and he's like Red Hood when we're in public. But that would imply that he's going by Drake.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's hard to see. You can't really. I mean, maybe that's supposed to be. I mean, it kind of looks like he has an R, but with. I mean, is that like a messed up D on there? I don't know. It doesn't really reveal what the letter is.
Yeah, I was looking for the article, but I can't find it. But
Also, what's up with Jason's helmet? Is it only like a half helmet?
yeah, they gave him a new costume. It's yeah, they did like a when his book, like it's basically it almost looks like a corona mask, like he basically has the lower part of his head covered and stuff.
Oh yeah, I see. Although in this one, it looks like he's missing a chunk out of the side.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Red Hood's getting canceled and rebooted with a new creative team.
Yeah, so well, I saw that some of the stuff has been canceled, but have they announced which ones they're rebooting yet?
Well, I know Harley Quinn 75 came out today, which all right, they tell you it's a Joker War tie-in, but only the backup story is a Joker War tie-in. But yeah, that's supposedly the last issue, but they already announced weeks or months ago that that's getting a new #1. So Harley's getting canceled and rebooted, Red Hood's getting canceled and rebooted. They haven't said anything about Nightwing. I did see, I mean, there's, I sent you that solicit for 76, so I mean they're going past 75. Batman, I thought I heard somewhere they were talking about rebooting it after 100, but they're still going because there was a solicit.
Well, it sounded what I saw on some articles that there was supposed to be some sort of 5G, this like fifth generation, and they were going to cancel and they were going to end everything and start everything over again.
Yeah, because they were going to have people replace a bunch of the heroes. Like Luke Fox was going to be Batman, which I have no problem with Luke Fox, but I'm like, why wouldn't it be Dick or Tim?
Oh, yeah, that's different.
But I think they're still coming out with that, but they're not ending Batman. So I don't know if that's going to be like a mini series or even like an Elseworlds, or I don't know.
Is this Luke Fox the one who was Batwing, or is this a different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Lucius's son. Yeah.
So.
But yeah.
Well, any of the stuff I saw, I didn't see anything that said Nightwing was being canceled. I didn't see. I think that Red Hood is getting a 51st issue, and then that's the last one.
Oh, I don't know.
Which is weird. I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
But yeah, today, like I said, Harley Quinn 75 came out. It said it's a Joker War time, but only the backup is. So yeah, that's out there. Batman 97 came out. Batman's still tripping on Joker gas. He's basically hallucinating and talking to Alfred.
Well, yeah. Oh, I mean, Alfred.
Yeah,
he's probably supposed to come back or something.
And Harley helped Batman escape from like the Joker and stuff.
Interesting.
And not a Joker tie-in, Joker War tie-in yet, but Catwoman 24 came out. It was the second of a 2-part story, but I think it said next issue 25 is the Joker War tie-in. So. Which, hey, Tom King, when are we getting this Batman Catwoman series already? Come on. It's supposed to be out like the beginning of the year. Oh, and by the time this hits the podcast, it'll already be out. But next week, I think 3 Jokers comes out.
I didn't see that. Oh, here's something on Comics Nexus. DC Comics teases Tim Drake returning as Robin as Damian Wayne abandons Batman partner role. Young Justice 20 in November 2020 solicitation spoilers. Oh, well, we know Damian Wayne is dropping the Robin name and taking on a new role in the Batman books in DC Comics.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I know Damian, I haven't been reading it, but I know Damian's been in Teen Titans and he's basically been staying away from Batman for the most part. So I wonder if Bruce is going to pull the old Dick Grayson on him and be like, if you're not my partner, you're not Robin.
That leaves Tim Drake to go back to being Robin with the iconic costume, pivoting away from the much maligned new brown costume and Raging Duck moniker of Ahem Drake. Oh, okay. So Young Justice is, yeah, I did see that he's in like a Robin costume on the front of
Mhm.
Young Justice. That's, oh, okay, but we don't know. So that's what we think's happening in Young Justice, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah. Oh, Ray gave me the perfect drop for this for Nightwing 73.
Tricky Dicky.
Yeah,
Tricky
that is true.
Dicky boy.
All right. So wait, so what do you think Damien's gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know if he's just going to have his own thing or if he's going to go back to the dark side. I don't know.
Oh, it does say Teen Titans 46 coming in October, with Damien renouncing his role as Robin and leaving the Teen Titans behind. Man, it's hard to keep up.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I pretty much just read Nightwing comics.
And then, yeah, I sent you the solicit for Nightwing 76. It looks like is it KG Beast is after B or something. And again, with new supporting characters, it's always you always got to worry if they're going to get killed off, and if not by the current writer, then the next person to come in might be like, I want my own supporting cast.
How old do you think Tim is supposed to be now?
I don't know. How old is Dick now? Is Dick like early 20s?
Yeah, I mean, I think they kind of put him all the way down to like 21 or something when they rebooted.
I would guess Tim is somewhere. You want to say like in the 16 to 18 range, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking he definitely always felt like he was in the kind of, well, they established that he was 17, which I was like, they should have just made him 18, then they wouldn't have had to go through that extra hassle of making him an emancipated minor.
Or was that before
back during Batman Reborn? But then it's like, it's kind of hard to tell how old people are supposed to be in New 52. But I feel like if he has been, I mean, he doesn't have his parents anymore, right? I mean, it's like they're alive, but they're not around. But if he doesn't have his parents and he hasn't really been living with Bruce either, right? That seems to suggest that he's more like 18 or so as opposed to like 15.
I think he is 18 because like at this towards the beginning of Rebirth, like a year or two into it, I think him and Stephanie Brown went off. I think he was talking about going to college, so he might be 18.
Yeah, so that will be interesting, of course, because that's a very different Batman and Robin dynamic. Because honestly, like 18 is around the age when the Robins all like go all, okay. I mean, I say all. That's when Dick left. I don't know about Jason because he died, and then he came back older. But I mean, that is when Tim. I mean, granted, that was around when Bruce died, and that was when Tim went into Red Robin. So.
I mean, you think about it. I mean, I can't wait to see this because, I mean, we haven't had that, Tim as Bruce's Robin dynamic for like 10, 11 years now.
Yeah, I guess. Well,
since Batman Reborn, and that was what, 2009, 2010?
Yeah, that's true. I think it might have launched in 2011. Which is weird. It just goes to show how much I feel like how comics move so slowly, and how much we're all tied to the past, because we're all like, wow, Tim's going back to Robin, that's cool. And it's like, wow, he hasn't been Robin for 10 years. Like, dang. But right, because he was already he was already Robin in New 52.
Yeah,
Red Robin in New 52.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, kids. Yeah, because remember what when Batman and Robin #1 hit, was it? Oh no, I think it might have been Red Robin #1. Yeah, he tells Tim, he's like, "Yeah, I'm making Damian Robin."
Yeah, which I always felt like was an okay thing to do, but they did it the wrong way. I feel like Dick, of course, would have talked to Tim about it before he did it. Anyway, well, that's interesting. I look forward to seeing how. I mean, maybe if Tim is hanging out with Bruce more, then Dick and Tim could be buddies again.
Yeah,
because they haven't really been hanging out too much.
All right. So, speaking of old issues, shall we get to these?
Right. Sorry. So, To the Outsiders.
Yes. Number
So, The Outsiders. I think this is a pretty accurate description. If you go to the DC Universe encyclopedia, when they talk about when they talk about Nightwing, they mention these as, wait, how is Nightwing done? The Bat Family, Alfred, Batgirl, Batmite, Batman Beyond, Batwoman, Catwoman, Jim Gordon, Red Hood, Red Robin, Robin? What? Can't even. Even. Anyway, they mention Dick as being the outsiders as the dark years. I was gonna grab it and show it up on the screen. That's why I was looking.
Well, yeah, well, definitely when this starts, Dick isn't in a good place because after like that Devon's Titan series, there was a Titans Young Justice event where Donna was killed, again. And basically
there, see? The dark years, War Games, The Outsiders, 2003 to 2006. So
after Donna dies, Dick's like, no more teams, and then Roy's like, well, Roy wants to put together a new team, and he's like, we were basically, it was basically family and friends before. Why don't we just make it a job?
Right, yeah. Because Dick's like, I don't feel like it. And he's like, why do we start the Teen Titans? It was the first step. And he's like, right, we're there. We can do it. Yep. And he says, what if they're strangers? Excuse me? You don't have to lead a family. Fine, screw it. This is work. We don't have to be emotionally connected. You think the JLA has Sunday potluck dinner? Maybe that's always been our greatest fault. We never built a team, Dick. We created a family.
Yeah.
And this is why The Outsiders doesn't work for Dick and why it's not really a good match. Which, you were reading comics at the time. Why do you think they even put Dick in The Outsiders? To help sell the book?
I think so. I think, because the Titans turned, was basically like Cyborg, Beast Boy, and Starfire were basically training the next generation, like Tim Drake and Superboy and Impulse and that.
Right, yeah, because it was Devon's Titans run, while the Titans were happening, that was when the young kids, instead of having a Teen Titans, were in Young Justice, and then they moved up to Young Justice. So there wasn't the Titans anymore. So I guess they could have just let the Titans not have groups, be in a group, but I guess most everybody found a spot.
Oh yeah.
Well, except for like Tempest, what was he doing?
Trying to remember. He was in and out of Aquaman, so I don't know if he was doing something in Aquaman at this point, maybe.
Okay, because it's like Dick has his own series. He didn't really need to be in another book. But, But I guess.
But again,
but the page when he's like, "Who would be on this team?" That's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, Roy just like teasing him with like Blue Devil and Airwave and Ambush Bug.
Like, you have to be kidding. He's like, I am. And this one's cute. He's like, you used to be funnier when we were kids.
But Dick's like, if I'm going to be involved, we need the right people. And Roy's like, it's done. He's like, Dick's like, what? He's like, I didn't ask you to start a team. I'm asking you to join. I've been putting it together for over a month.
Yeah. I really feel like Roy should have led with that. Would have made his job, might have made his job easier.
Yeah, but it's Roy.
Right. And they wanted to get the quality banter scene in.
Yes.
Which you might remember. So then we see the past where he's recruiting these other people.
Yes.
How does Roy know Grace already?
This is the first time we see Grace, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. I guess Roy maybe one comes to the club where she bounces, and I guess they sleep together. Okay,
I didn't know if it was supposed to be like, because by this point, hasn't Roy already been in Checkmate, or does that come afterwards?
No, he was in Checkmate, I think. Was it in the 80s or something? I think, because that's when he slept with what's her face and had their daughter. Yeah.
She was in Checkmate. Okay, all right. I didn't know, because I know Roy's been on a couple.
Well, no, his baby mama was like a terrorist, so that's why everyone.
Cheshire.
Yeah,
but her real name is Jade.
Yeah,
her real first name is Jade.
But they're always like, "Oh, you're the one who slept with the terrorist."
Yes, yes. But in his defense, I'm pretty sure she became a terrorist after he slept with her. I think she dropped the bomb on that country after they'd already had their daughter.
I think, yeah.
Yes. Okay, I was just curious. Okay, I didn't know if she was a new character or if she was someone who had appeared in Roy's books before. Because I know Roy's been on a number of different teams. Because he wasn't really on the new Teen Titans until right at the end.
Yeah.
When he was Arsenal, they brought him in. But I knew he was in like Checkmate. And didn't he do work for the government for a while?
Yeah.
And is he Arsenal right now or is he Red Arrow right now? Because he's gone back and forth with that too.
I think he's Arsenal right now. Yeah, with his costume, I think it's Arsenal. Yeah, no, he hasn't become. It's like another 3 years. I think he becomes Red Arrow when he joins the Justice League.
Oh, okay.
Like they're putting together the Justice, like a new Justice League, and like they all get. I think they go to Green Arrow, and Oliver tells like Batman and Superman. He's like, no, it's Roy's turn. Give it to Roy.
Okay, so they can
Yeah.
get some new blood in there.
Yep.
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, I think this is Grace's first appearance. I'm trying to remember if this is Thunder's first appearance. But yeah, and this appears who you can see a version of on the Black Lightning TV show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's been around, but maybe this is a new appearance for her because I mean, I think like Jefferson Pierce was established that he had kids,
Yeah,
pretty early.
I don't know if they were this old at that.
Yeah. And then when they reference this, isn't it in the JLA, or I mean the Young Justice Titans graduation day? There is that time when Dick refuses the money. They like walk out from some company trying to offer them money, but Roy has taken that money and that's what they're using to start the Outsiders.
Well, yeah, the company was offering them money. It was in that mini series where Donna dies. Yeah, it was like the bridge between those old series and these ones. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Because, yeah, when I read that one, I was like, yes, don't accept their money. Corporations are always nobody. There's never free lunch.
But yeah, so yeah, we see, like you said, flashbacks, Roy recruiting Thunder and Grace, who I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure she's in Amazon.
Oh, Grace is? Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And then
Metamorpho and Indigo, who killed Donna.
Yeah, she was an android sent back from the future, but yeah, they reprogrammed her. And Metamorpho, it looks like Metamorpho, but it's basically we find out later when he starts calling himself Shift. It's basically a piece of Metamorpho that got like taken off of him and one. Like, I don't know. I think there's been more than one Metamorphos look like he died, but he like regenerates. But like this is like a piece of him that like regenerated into like a whole nother person. Because even in this issue, he's like, I have like gaps in my memory and stuff. And
that's cool. Weird. All right, but then the best part, then the other awesome part of the end of this first issue is because I mean I'm not actually sure if Roy wanted Dick to be the team leader, but Dick just takes over. And then he's like, okay, well, we don't know if this stuff has been tested because Roy can't say it. So he's like, stay sharp, follow me. And boom, he just jumps out of the plane. And one of the great lines, Metamorpho, the pretty boy who just jumped out of the plane without a parachute is calling the shots. Like, yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Pretty much.
Yes, because we see Gorilla Grodd in an army of gorillas from Gorilla City or in New York. They're like after President Lex Luthor. Yes, I know. Hard to believe. Corrupt businessman, President of the United States. I know.
Well, it was harder to believe back then. It's not so hard to believe now.
I know.
Now it's like life imitating art. Only Lex Luthor's looking pretty good.
But yeah, I love that part in issue 2 where he jumps out of the plane. I think maybe.
Oh, sorry, is that issue 2?
Yeah, but no, I love an issue. Okay. I love an issue 1 when Indigo walks in and Dick just like leaps and like throws the wingding at her. She catches.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't believe you want us to be on the team with her. It's like she killed Donna, and And Indigo even says to Dick, she's like, you said you don't want to put any of your friends or anything in the crossfire, right? Well, how about, an android you hate? How about
So he's like,
But yeah, so yeah, once
I take your point.
yeah, so he's mulling it over there, and then they get the call about Grodd and stuff. So
Right. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. I jumped ahead. I didn't take pictures of. I just took pictures. I didn't know which issue they were from.
yeah, they're attacking New York. So yeah, so the Secret Service is trying to get Lex out of town.
Yep, and then they realize, why are all these guerrillas attacking New York when they don't even have a plan? And they're like, this is a distraction.
Yeah, well,
What's really happening? Joker's beating up Lex Luthor.
yeah, the Joker's behind the whole thing because he captures Lex. But I was going to say, before he captures Lex, Lex's helicopter goes down, and he's saved by, I think, our final member, Jade.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, Jade, Green Arrow, or Green Lantern, Jade. Yes.
Yeah, Alan Scott.
She's a new one. Yeah, and I'm not sure. Did Roy recruit her, or did she just happen to be there? And they're like, "Yeah,
I think
on our team."
I think she shows up, and then they offer her membership later.
Right. So then they go, and I do like that when they blow that hole in Joker's lair. Yeah. So I'm just like skimming ahead. I was like, yeah, whatever, with all the gorilla fighting. I'm like,
yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, Joker was kind of behind that whole thing too, but yeah.
Right. No, I mean, I didn't find the gorilla exciting. The gorilla fighting that exciting.
Yeah. No, they're just fighting gorillas, basically. Yeah.
And worthy of our podcast attention.
But yeah, Jade, daughter of Alan Scott. I think she was dating Kyle Rayner at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, so Alan Scott first, Green Lantern, and then they did Hal in the Silver Age, right?
Yep.
And then they came up with John Stewart sometime in the 70s, the 80s?
John Stewart. He is so weird. Well, first, was it in the 60s or 70s? Like, Guy Gardner got named as Hal's backup, but then he got like injured and he was in a coma for a bunch of years. So then the Guardians named John Stewart. And then when Hal Jordan quit, John Stewart got bumped up to regular Green Lantern and around.
And then Kyle Rayner is like backup Green Lantern.
Well, no, after in the 90s, Emerald Twilight, basically Hal Jordan goes nuts, which they don't say until they bring him back that it was all Parallax possessing him. But yeah, basically Hal destroys the Green Lantern Corps, and then Cal gets a ring, and he's like the only Green Lantern for a while.
Okay. Yeah, there seems like there's always a Green Lantern popping up, and you're like, oh, how many Green Lanterns are there? But I mean, I know it's a Corps. There's supposed to be like a bunch.
Whereas a bunch of human ones too. So.
Right. But then near the end, I mean, obviously my favorite stuff is way at the end when Dick's talking with Batman. Duh. But I do enjoy after they free Lex Luthor, they have this lovely exchange. Dick says, so how are you doing, Mr. President? And Lex, how do you think I'm doing, Boy Wonder? That demented circus freak has been frying me for over an hour. I thought you trained at the knee of a master detective. Dick just replies, always a treat, Luthor. I love that because Lex Luthor is a huge douchebag.
Oh, yeah.
And so, of course, he would react that way, even though it's like, Lex, yeah, he knows you're not doing well, but this is the United States, and we often say, oh, how are you doing? And we just expect you to say fine because we don't really care how you're doing. We're not actually looking for an answer.
But I do love when Joker's torturing Lex and and Lex goes, I have a question for you. And Joker's like, yes, Lamb Chop, what is it? Lex goes, does it bother you at all, really, that Batman likes Catwoman better?
Yeah.
He starts laughing at Joker. He's like, he'll never love you, sweetheart. You can keep screwing with this city, but he's never going to take you to the prom.
I know that is one interesting thing that I haven't read a ton of Winnick stuff, but is that possibly like a Judd Winnick kind of thing? Because it does seem like there's a few more zingers and like sassy kind. I don't know if that's the right word. Like that feels really funny, but Lex Luthor being like, I've been friend, I thought you trained with a master detective, and like
Yeah,
always Luthor. It's funny, but I could also see a much more toned down version of that conversation. Like, Nightwing encounters Lex Luthor in that Batman Superman, that crossover that they made into Public Enemies, and it's not quite like that. So I think that's one of the other things is there is kind of a distinct style to the Outsiders that is different. And like they have a lot of like that, the pretty boy who jumped without that's funny. But that's also, I don't know, it feels like that's not really the kind of thing that you would say in Titans.
Yeah, no, that was Winnick's writing, and I just remembered, of course, he puts Jade in this book because I think he was writing Green Lantern at the time too, so she was over there with Kyle too. So Judd Winnick must have liked the Jade character.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she's pretty cool. But one other reason why I like that with Lex Luthor saying, I thought you trained with Master Detective kind of thing is I like when you get those little hints of how interconnected the universe is and that the DC universe and that other people recognize that it's interconnected. Because it's like, yes, Lex Luthor should absolutely know that. It's like, yes, like I appreciate that Lex Luthor is like, I thought you trained with Batman, dude. That he isn't like, who are you?
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's always weird to me because it seems like everybody knows Nightwing was Robin, but I'm always like, I never remember like an official press release. Do you?
No, but surely people can figure it out.
I guess.
Well, people who aren't idiots can figure it out, and Lex Luthor is supposed to be very smart.
I guess.
Albeit very evil.
That's true.
I'm sure. Well, by this time, also, no. Well, remember what happens in New Teen Titans. I mean, people should have been, if you go with which granted I know continuity.
Oh, yeah.
But, in New Teen Titans.
Robin was dating.
Robin takes a break.
Yeah.
And then Nightwing appears. So, like, it's pretty evident that they're the same person.
And first Robin, then Nightwing was dating Starfire. So, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I buy that.
Figure it out.
Oh, anyway. But I'm sure you like this conversation at the end of the last of issue 3, with him.
Yeah, I told you that was my favorite part.
Talking to Batman, telling him who's on.
Yeah, I mean, at first he's a little rude, and I don't know. I mean, I suppose this is because this is Dick's dark moment, where he's like, okay, it's a good group, but then he's like, Joker popped up. Why wasn't anyone looking for him? Like, that doesn't really make sense because, of course, as Batman replies, you more than anyone know that couldn't be any less true. I'm always looking for him, but. You have to you can't, if the Joker is escaped from Arkham, but not actively doing a crime and, the Riddler's running around stealing stuff and murdering people, you got to jump on the Riddler first. It's like triage. I
mean, I think it was just the tone of all the comics at this time, like DC.
Yes, I understand the point. I just felt like, I'm like, that was kind of rude. I mean, not that Dick is never rude. It just feels like, I don't know.
Why was headcanon? I headcanoned it too, where I was just like, maybe Dick's feeling guilty about starting this new team, because he, remember in the beginning, he was like, what are you doing, Roy? Dawn had died. We shouldn't be doing this. So I don't know if this is Dick trying to like talk himself into it, be like, oh, hey, Batman can't be everywhere.
Yeah.
We need to be the guys actively looking for these guys before they hit.
Right, because I feel like, although I understand your point, Lex Luthor, yes, he's president, but he's a huge jerk.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh no, the worst thing happened. We have to stop the Joker. But anyway, yes.
Well, I remember it's like, like Batman and others were giving Superman a hard time at the time. It's like, well, what are you going to do? Your big bad's in the White House. And, Superman was just like, well, the American people, elected him, so what do you want me to do?
Right. Yeah.
So that's why they weren't taking Lex out. I mean, I'm sure everyone was looking for a moment that they can impeach him or something. But yeah, Superman was like, yeah, the people elected him. What do you want me to do?
Right. Yeah. I mean, just because we know he's nefarious doesn't mean that he's nefarious out in the open. Anyway, I just thought it was it's interesting how Dick's saying, okay, and I mean, this of course is getting to the point of why they're even starting this other team, is he's saying, oh, we need to look after these people, before they're open, and he says, Batman's like, that makes you hunters. Is that what you want to be? We have enough firemen. We need some hunters. And then this I find interesting because, and I think that's also part of what doesn't, like, it works because, I mean, whatever, it's comics, you stick someone in a book and you make it work, but I don't think the Outsiders works as well with Dick's character, and I think this is part of the reason, is that Hunter's aspect versus, like, fireman aspect. I get the point. Yes, of course, it would be better to, I mean, if you knew the Joker planned to murder someone and you could capture him before he murdered that person, that's better.
Yeah.
But it can be tricky because just because the Joker or someone has committed crimes in the past doesn't mean that, I mean, you can't just arrest someone before they've done a crime, sort of thing. So I feel like that's one of the tricky things. That's where it gets into kind of like the Black Ops, sort of stuff. And I don't think that fits Dick's character as much. And I realized later on he became a spy, but a part of when they had him doing the spy stuff, that was more of the like sexy fun spy as opposed to like
and Batman
serious as opposed to like serious deep cover spy.
Yeah, and Batman asked him to do that too.
Right, exactly.
But we'll get more into next week in the how Dick really didn't fit, because I mean they kind of, when they rebooted Outsiders, they kind of got Dick out of there and put Batman in there because but I mean it kind of was like a father-son handing it down thing, which I know you like because it's like the original Outsiders, Batman started that.
Right. Well, that's why I said I like this thing. I just think the Outsiders as how the Outsiders have typically run with the more, I mean, I assume when Batman runs it, they're a little more the like hunter aspect, like Black Ops kind of thing as well. So it works for Dick because it's a short part in his career, and it's also what we're calling like the dark years. But I feel like Dick is a character much better suited to a Titans book than an Outsiders book. And it's weird.
And again, I think they were highlighting too that Dick was in a darker place because this was right after Dawn had died and stuff, and
right.
So I think that colored his decision to go with this team too, because it was like one of his best friends just got killed, so he's like, yeah, maybe we should be out there finding these menaces before they kill our families and friends.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not really that dark in these first 3 issues. It becomes, so I do really rather enjoy these first 3 issues because it has funny one-liners and that kind of stuff. It's just a few more issues in, it gets a little darker. But then of course, I guess you said one of the big things when he like pulls a kryptonite thing on Superman, you said later wasn't actually supposed to be Dick doing that. So then I'm like, oh.
Well, yeah, because that was after Infinite Crisis. And remember, the Dido was toying with killing Dick in Infinite Crisis. So I think the original plan was Jason was supposed to become Nightwing and take Dick's spot in the Outsiders. So, yeah. So
and that would be a very good fit for Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Like why they kind of did it later.
I think it's a smaller team, but I pretty much think that's what Red Hood and the Outlaws is. It's basically the new version of the Outsiders. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So of course the final page, of course, yes, I love is like Batman's like, I won't stop you. It's like, I know. What are you gonna call yourself? And then he says, what else? Outsiders. And they're both smiling. It's a special moment. Dick's smiling when he says it, and then Batman's smiling, and then Dick's still smiling when he leaves. That's a lot of smiling.
And it kind of follows the precedent too, because Batman originally formed the Outsiders in the 80s after he had troubles with the Justice League. So he kind of left the Justice League and formed the Outsiders.
Right. I mean, isn't this Outsiders one of the only versions of Outsiders that doesn't have Batman leading it?
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
isn't it? I was gonna say it's typically the book is not Outsiders. Typically, the book is Batman and the Outsiders, right?
yeah. For the most part, the original one, it was Batman and the Outsiders for the longest time, and then I think Batman left that after a while, and it was just Outsiders. But oh, and then there was a version in the '90s. I think he might not have been a part of, but yeah, most of them, yeah, it's Batman's usually involved in some form.
Yeah. Because he invented it. Yeah, I know Batman had his Outsiders team when Dick was in Teen Titans.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of took this as like Outsiders, the next generation. So, of course, if it's not Batman there, you need like Nightwing there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it had to be. Yes. I mean, that it also makes sense that. Yes. Yeah. No, you're right. You're not having Batman in it, and Tim's in Teen Titans, so like you got to fill in with a different Batman.
That's what I was gonna say. I think they wanted a bad character on each team because you had Batman on Justice League, you got Dick here, you got Tim on Teen Titans.
Yeah, I mean they don't have a Bat in Justice League, or no, sorry, Batman's in Justice League. That's why Dick's in. Yes, yeah, it makes sense. I just think that the Outsiders doesn't fit Tim's or Dick's character.
Yeah,
as well as you can. It's Dick and Bruce are very similar, but they also have a lot of differences. And I think when you're in the Outsiders, you see those differences.
Oh yeah.
Because of course, but one of the other things is, Roy says like, let's start it out and as a work, and it does become a little bit more family oriented, not as family oriented as Titans, but yeah.
True. But yeah, like
I feel like that's kind of the main difference that the company DC is a kind of set up. Like the Outsiders is more business, and we do stuff secret, and the Titans are more family. So much of the Titans is not just about what they're doing. I mean, because some of the best Titans stories, they're not fighting big bads, in the Devon's Titans run. I mean, one of the best ones was they go camping and they fight Gargoyle. Okay, they are fighting an enemy, but it's not like saving the world fighting an enemy. They're just saving themselves.
Yeah. I mean, and the whole thing with the Outsiders thing, I think they were trying to find Dick's place too, because I know at this point the Dino was like, I don't know. I don't think he had much love for the legacy characters like Dick or Wally West. And he's just like, why do we need these people? It's just like,
right, yeah, it wasn't that the shtick that and it's interesting. I don't know how Dido, and now it doesn't matter because he left. I don't know how he feels about Tim, but I feel like the problem he highlighted with Dick is the problem they're having with Tim now.
Well, yeah, I don't know if that's part of the reason why, Damien's not going to be Robin anymore, because it seems like they kind of have, when there's someone in the middle there, they kind of like. And Damien's a jerk.
I don't know. I mean, but it can work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to you can have these older Robins, and I think once.
I mean, right before.
Once they leaned into it and got Dick into his groove. I mean, he's a very strong character.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't have a problem with Tim being Red Robin, but it's like right before New 52, Bruce and Dick were both Batman. Why can't we have two Robins at the same time?
Yeah. Well, what do you think Damien's gonna do? I mean, it would be awesome if Damien went and hung out with Dick for a while, so he could become like a little less jerkified and become more normal. But I don't know if they would. That feels like too much what we want, so it would never happen.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna happen. They haven't said, but I mean, that would be interesting if Bruce like fires Damien and he goes to Dick and be like, "Hey, you've been where I'm at. What the hell do I do now?"
Hopefully Bruce knows better than to fire someone.
Yeah, it's dead.
Although we have no idea, how did him end up as Red Robin? Was that ever explained? I mean, did he get fired, or was it just like, nope, I found another kid?
Well, no, that's when they thought Bruce was dead. Dick tells Tim.
No, I mean in the New 52. Did they ever establish in the New 52?
They never really. That was the big problem with New 52. They never really got into a lot of the backstory. It's basically like, okay, these people have been around for 5 years, and it's like, really, he's already had three or four Robins in 5 years.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, no, I know the story.
Yeah, they never really. Yeah, that was the problem with New 52. They really didn't go into a lot. They basically were just like, okay, here's where we're at. We're gonna get. It's like, okay, how did we get here?
I understand. I approve of making Tim Red Robin because Dick and Tim together as Batman and Robin would not have been as interesting. I just wish that they had Dick not kind of be a dick about it to Tim. He should have talked with him. They should have shown us that scene instead of us just having to.
I mean, they did a couple panels, and like I said, I think in one of the first issues of Red Robin, but it was basically Tim. Yeah, Tim just, I mean, old Dick just basically saying to Tim, Damian needs this, and and Tim's like, well, what about me?
And I do understand that that's true, and he does try to explain.
Don't you think if Dick was going to do that, wouldn't he Dick was Batman at that point? Wouldn't he be like, Tim, do you want the Nightwing suit?
Right? Yeah. I just feel I mean, it was obvious that they were thinking ahead for we're gonna have to we need branding and this kind of stuff, and we need a new Robin. But I guess I just wish that they had been a little more respectful. I mean, because yes, then later on Tim works the relationship out, and it's not like it's totally broken. I just feel like, come on, you could have had a couple panels in there where Dick is like, Tim, I really think Damian needs to be Robin because I need to keep my eye on him. Yes, I know he could have some other superhero name, but Robin's the one with the legacy. I think I need to do that. Do you want to be Robin too? Do you want to be something else? Do you want to be Nightwing? You're definitely good enough to go off on your own, blah, blah, blah. Instead of all this stuff having us having to fill in.
Well, they put a distance between Dick and Tim too, because Tim was the one who was like, "Oh, I think Bruce is still alive. I think Bruce is still alive," and they play. Right. I hate that they played Dick like, "Oh, you're crazy. He's dead. Tim, deal with it. Deal with it."
I always do it. For me, that always makes an interesting parallel to. I think I've said it before, to the Bruce Wayne Murderverse and fugitive stuff, where Dick is in that spot where he's like, he can never do it, blah, blah, blah. And Tim is thinking about it sort of more logically. So I think that's actually kind of an interesting parallel. And I think it has to do with where they are in their lives. Dick has kind of just been adopted, and then the murderer thing happens. He really needs Bruce at that moment. That's kind of a fraught moment for him. And when Bruce dies, Tim has been more recently adopted. He's, not quite as experienced. Tim needs Bruce more in that moment where, Tim didn't need Bruce as much when he was accused of murder.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, I think, again, they could have just said, I mean, again, later on, Dick is like, okay, yeah, you're right. He might be, he's alive. But he could have just been like, okay, you know what? Maybe he is still alive. But I can't leave Gotham, and I sure as heck can't leave Damian. So you do you. That's your job.
Oh, yeah.
I guess they just want to leave a bunch of stuff for the fans to fill in.
Oh, yeah. It
annoys me, though, that they didn't establish it better, because then there's lots of people that can write, angsty Tim fan fiction where they're like, Dick is such a huge dick. And I'm like, DC, why did you give them that material?
Yeah, they just wanted to rush some of that.
All right, we're thoroughly off topic, so.
Yeah, so anything else? Anything else?
No.
All right.
No.
Well, again, yeah, well, no, that, like I was saying, next week we'll get more into, we'll get to Dick's towards the end of his time with the Outsiders, because next week only one issue, Nightwing and Captain Boomerang.
5 of a kind. It's when Batman's coming back into the Outsiders.
Yeah, and he's basically weeding out this who's here, who's staying, who's leaving.
Yeah.
We kind of got a couple one shots of that. So yeah, we'll cover the Nightwing one. So yeah, good stuff coming up, because I just had the schedule open. I just closed it. Yeah, so next week is Nightwing, Captain Boomerang, that Outsider special, followed by pretty sure, Nightwing 141 in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And then in 3 weeks, followed by Brave and the Bold number 15, Nightwing and Hawkman.
Oh yeah, another classic.
Yep. And speaking of Dick's time as Batman, the week after that, we get the Batman Battle for the Cow.
Dang, it's coming up.
And then a bunch of issues with Dick as Batman.
Yeah. And then
Man, I'm looking at this list, man. I can't believe we're almost at the end of the year already.
I know.
We got like what? Battle for the Cow, and then after that it's 1, 2. Well, we get some Batman issues of Dick as Batman, then the Batman and Robin issues, the Justice League issues. I was just reading those are pretty good. And then the last 1, 2, 4, the last 4 weeks of Dick as Batman is the Black Mirror stuff.
Hilariously, with that Justice League stuff, I stumbled across this article it was the top 10 worst things DC has done to Dick Grayson. And it was like Bruce firing him and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Didio or whatever his name is, almost killing him. But his Justice League run, they said, was they were like, he was sandwiched between a really like a kind of a crappy Justice League run, and then they rebooted the Justice League, and they're like, that run was pretty good, but like they don't talk about it, and it's like it didn't happen.
It's really good. I mean, he's basically, he's the Bruce of that team, but he does it without being a huge jerk.
Yeah, and he's working with Donna, and Donna's awesome. And Supergirl, and she's awesome too. Yeah, I really like that Justice League version for the Trinity. Instead of it being 2 men and 1 woman, it's 1 man and 2 women. Except
for Starman and what's that, Kong Gorilla. Everyone else, it's basically Dick and a bunch of female. It's a female Justice League, basically.
Yeah, that's why they're better.
And again, I think Dick's probably one of the only ones you could pull that off with.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think those women would be taking Bruce's crap. Especially not Donna and Jade. We'll see Jade again and Jesse Quick.
I mean, you could have Barbara lead the Justice League, although I'm never quite sure what sometimes.
But I just mean, if you
it feels like they keep Barbara a little more like strictly Bat Family, like they don't tie her in as much with the Justice League. But I don't know. I mean,
they haven't had her on a lot of teams. Oh, but I mean, Barbara was running Birds of Prey when she was Oracle, but
right, but that was like an on the ground, not fighting aliens team, right?
But no, I was just saying, I think Dix is the only like male DC character that could that works with like an all female Justice League.
Probably. I mean, maybe Superman might be able to pull it off. Because come on, he's Superman. He's such a nice guy.
But that's the thing. Everyone's always like just in awe of Superman.
That's true.
Yeah. Everyone just sees Dick as like the best friend. So
that's true.
All right.
I mean, I think you'd think they would have more fun in a Justice League with Dick than with Superman. So.
Oh, true. Yeah. Oh, well,
you'd have to be because you'd always have to be on your best behavior with Superman because you wouldn't ever want to disappoint.
Oh well. Oh, next year since the schedule's done for this year, next year we're gonna have to cover the Obsidian Age in Justice League. It's a little
that's a good one.
Yeah, because the Justice League gets like lost in time, and Batman's like, I don't know if we're gonna come back, so he hits his emergency thing, and guess who has to put a new Justice League together? Nightwing.
Oh, obviously, although Batman's kind of like planned out. All right, anyway, okay, stop. Done.
Yes. All right.
Roll us out, Phil.
Yes. So send us your thoughts for next week's Nightwing Captain Boomerang. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Nightwing News on Facebook. We would have a Facebook group, Twitter. Follow all the Capes and Lunatics stuff. Follow our Instagram, the YouTube. You can watch this video on the YouTube. Go subscribe. Links to everything all in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And remember to support sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer, Pod Life the Book, Volume 1, now digital and paperback. Go pick it up. Volume 2 is in the works. And when you're buying books, go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. If you're watching this show, you will thoroughly enjoy that book. if you like comics, you will thoroughly enjoy that book.
Actually, there is an article that's in that book that's about Dick and Roy, so it ties in with the
And
outside.
timely, yes, nice companion
There you
to this
go.
podcast. So, yes, so
It's
when you buy,
on point, as they say.
that's right. So when you buy Dick Grayson Blue Wonder, Pod Life the book, or anything else on Amazon, use the link down in the show notes for Southgate Media Group. Help us support this show, the Southgate Media Group Network, and that crazy madman Rob, Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain. So says Master Doom.
Please kick me in the pants.
All right, and I did your plug. All right, so yes, come back next week. Nightwing Captain Boomwall. It's actually Captain Boomerang Jr., but yes, I think sometime early next year, Lilith and I are going to cover like the first appearance of Captain Boomerang in the Flash. I already talked to Ray. I'm like, we want to do a live read. Can you do Captain Boomerang? And he's like, yep. We're gonna have an authentic Australian Captain Boomerang.
Nice.
So yes, come back next week. Don't be an outsider. Come be our friend.
Ouch.
And we're so close to getting Dick back as Nightwing. So come back next week. Same wing time.
Same wing channel.
Nightwing News. Keep flying, Grayson.